Alright, we look at another example. Example 3. The bearing of Q from P is 70 degrees. Okay, first thing I'll draw my diagram. Just try to draw a reasonable size diagram, not too big, not too small. The bearing of Q from P is 70 degrees. So here's 90. I use a ruler and still go wrong. Good, so don't mind me the line. 70 degrees. So here will be P, the bearing of Q from P. So we start at P and then we head into Q, 70 degrees. And what is this distance? The distance from P to Q is 26 meters. So here's 26 meters. The distance from Q to R is 20. So this one, Q to R, this line will be shorter. Okay, what else? And the bearing of R from Q, so since we are starting at point Q, we need to have a north line at point Q. The bearing of R from Q is 140 degrees. Ensure that this north line, it needs to be perpendicular. Don't need to be slanted, right? So try and get it as straight as possible. Okay. And the north line can have any length, right? This north line can even longer than that one. It doesn't matter. But so here is 140 degrees. I know here's 180 if I go straight down. Where of course is 90. 140 should be somewhere there. So that is shorter. So I'll get this line shorter than that one because the distance QR is 20. So here's 20 meters. Good. So that's our diagram. Part B. So here's part A. Part B, find the distance PR. So we want to find here. I'll draw a broken line. Good. So I'll project this line. Don't forget to write this in. So here's 140 degrees. I can write it inside or I can write it outside here. So since that from here to here is 140 degrees, this part inside will be 40 degrees. This little part. And here now, let me put it like this. So you can follow. Here will be 70. And here will be 40. So the entire angle now will be 40 plus 70 will be 110 degrees. Good. Part B, what I need to do, I'll draw back that diagram. So I have P, Q, R. Here's 110 degrees. It's 26 meters. 20 meters I need to find here. So here will be common Q, common R will equals to that, common P will equals to that. So we want to find for Q. So you'll write the Q formula. Q square will equals to P square plus R square minus 2 PR times cos Q. So all we need to do is to substitute the values into the formula. So here I'll have, what is P? P is 20. So therefore I have 20 square plus 26 square minus 2 times 20 times 26 times cos 110 degrees. If you want, you can take out the degree sign or you can write it. It doesn't matter. So now we'll use our calculator and we work all of that at once. So let's see, 20 square plus 26 square minus 2 times 20 times 26 times cos 110 will give us an, what do we have? 1431.701. So we have Q now. We'll square root. We leave our answer in the calculator and we square root the answer. So let us square root our answer now. What do we have? I'll write it to one decimal place. I have 37.8. 37.8, and that will be meters. So I can write now, since we want to find the length of PR, I can write PR equal 37.8 meters, correct, to 1 dp. Good, so that's part B. Now let us move on to part C, which I will do here. Part C. What does part C says? Calculate the bearing of R from P. The bearing of R from P. So again, I need to find. So we know that this line here connect R and P, right? Again, if this question is calculate the bearing of P from R, at R we'll need to draw a north line and then get that bearing instead. Very good. So calculate the bearing of R from P. So this is the bearing we need to find. We already know that it's 70, so we need to find this angle. Good. Just draw back this. I'll use this triangle, make it easier. PQR is 26 meters, 20 meters is 37.8 meter. Here's Q equals that. You know that this here is 110 degrees. You want to find for angle P. R is that. Good. So I'll use sine rule again, but again you can use cosine rule. So if you want to use cosine rule, you will write this formula instead. Right, and you can try it. Cos P will equals to Q square plus R square minus P square over 2QR. Should remember this formula. Alright, what I'll use is sine rule. So I want to find for this angle, so I'll have to use sine P, and since this angle on this side is given, I use Q sine Q as well. So I put P over sine P equals to Q over sine Q. Okay, so P in this case, the distance P is that, so I'll have 20 over sine P, which we don't know as yet. Q is 37.8 over sine Q, which is 110 degrees. We cross multiply. Sine P times 37.8 equals to 20 times sine 110. Alright, our next step, we want to find for angle P. I'll take this across, it will divide, and I'll take sine, it will be sine inverse. So this now will become, let us write this back, 20 times sine 110 divided by 37.8. Alright, I didn't leave space. Okay, let me just write it as this, sine P. Good. So now I'll take the sine, so P will equals to sine inverse, bracket 20 times sine 110 divided by 37.8. Calculator will do the job for us, and then we'll write the bearing. The bearing of what? R from P. The bearing of R from P is, okay, let me work this out and see what's the answer. 20 times sine 110 divided by 37.8. What's that? Sine inverse it. You'll get 29.8 degrees. 29.8 degrees Good. So here I'll have to add 70 plus 29.1. That should give us 99.1 degrees. That's our answer.